Hello, everyone. Can you hear me, Manu? Am I audible?
Hello,
Can you
good
hear me?
morning. Can you hear me too?
One,
Yeah, I
two,
can hear
one,
you,
two,
but
one.
like your video, I don't know. I
My
can hear
video.
you, but your video is not like um yeah, it's
Like
like
what?
static or something. Or maybe it's from my hand, I don't know. Can you like your video is very
Really?
blurry, it's kind of like static. But I can hear you clearly though.
Let
Yeah.
me check my YouTube, because why would that be
Can
happening?
you
Let me check YouTube real quick. I can hear and see you do, but I don't know why you can't see me. Uh,
oh
One second. Let me just really check this YouTube real quick. Um, just really check this. Oh YouTube yeah, real my quick. Video is weird.
I think it's on YouTube. Yeah.
Just really check.
I just saw
It's
on
like
YouTube
white.
too.
My video is weird. I think it's
Yeah, exactly. So try and rejoin again. I think it's just a network glitch. So hello guys. Happy to be back. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So it's good now. Yeah,
Okay,
it's good
awesome.
now. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Nice. Hello everyone. Excited to have you here today. Yeah, we are back. Like the announcement post said. Yeah, we had to take a break because both of us were doing some stuff that definitely took us off the stream. It was a crazy couple of weeks. They really tested us as people. So we had to
Yeah.
yeah, it
Definitely.
was a lot of testing. So we had to like take that 2 weeks off. I think it's 2 weeks here, like 2 or 3 weeks off to
3 weeks.
focus. Yeah, 3 weeks to focus on certain things. But we're back now. Excited to have you here today with us, and excited to have you join us today. So yeah, let's dive into it. Today we are building AI agents, working with AI agents, anything you like to call it. But you've probably seen both of us like doing a lot of AI related stuff or um yeah, decentralized AI
Mm-hmm.
things. Um Today we're
Yeah.
just bringing all of that live on stream, to get to work on AI agents or build AI agents, show you give you like the whole rundown, and then give you like a practical example sheet of how to use AI agents and stuff. So without further ado, let's start with introductions. So hi and everyone, I'm Toby Loba and I'm a software engineer and developer relations engineer at Gaia. Um so excited to be here with you all today and to build and stuff. I've been working in tech for about 4 years now, doing a lot of things around building products. Also with also working in open source a lot. So yeah, to this side of my screen is Emmanuel.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Toby. So good day, everyone. Yeah, my name is Manuel. I'm a software engineer. Been doing this for roughly 4 years now, and yeah, I love streaming. I do open source as well. Currently, I work as a senior front end developer at Rover. So I'm excited for this one, because I mean, we're looking refreshed this morning, so hopefully we're able to, get it going from where we stopped the last time. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Notice how both of us are like I've actually changed a lot here. I mean, a lot of has changed in tech in 3 weeks, and even
yeah,
both of us have also changed.
exactly.
I mean, you're a senior
Hmm.
front end dev now, so officially you've always been, but now officially you're one. So also like there's new things in the space now, like vibe coding, vibe architecting, and so many other
Hmm.
amazing stuff that I've probably been seeing online. Like people, I mean, vibe coding has been something that people have been doing for a while. It just technically had
Yeah.
a term,
Hmm.
term now. So, which is
And I think I
that's
saw
sad to
I
see.
saw Gui's video. I think it was on YouTube. I saw it.
Yeah,
It's vibe
yeah,
coding architecture. Yeah, I think it was
yeah.
on
Vibe
YouTube. It was
architecting.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, vibe
yeah,
architecting.
exactly.
Very cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
so there's many new stuff now, and it's just exciting to see how the space is moving and how AI is being like talked about a lot by so many people. I mean,
Yeah.
we thought it was going to be a trend that would just come and go, but with the advent of AI agents, it just has. It's not. I don't think it's going anywhere. It has just come here to stay now, and has become um a thing in the space now that most people are working in. Most tech companies are pivoting. People are building with AI. People are integrating AI into their products. People are using AI in their day to day. And so many other cool things like that. There's also MCP as well now, model context
Yeah.
protocol, where most any product you know of can actually be integrated into any LLM or with any LLM or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pioneered by Claude. So yeah, excited to actually come here today, and we are mostly focusing on like AI agents and AI agent frameworks. So we will be diving deep into them. I know you've probably seen Eliza a lot. We will not even show Eliza today, but because we want in this stream, we just want to like build one from scratch and show you how to use say Gaia nets, like I mentioned, for like inferencing, and then together with
Yeah.
any framework to build your own AI agent. Do you want to
Mm-hmm.
say something, Manu?
Yeah, so I was going to chip in the AI, the AI adventure. So I mean now there are a lot of things that are coming in, right? A lot of new
Mm-hmm.
things. But what we have now, you could still see that there's still a lot to be done, right? And
Yeah,
the AI
exactly.
is moving pretty quick. I mean, almost every day you get to hear evolution
New
of like a
stuff.
new stuff here
Yeah.
coming in. But yeah, it's really exciting. And AI agents are like everybody's doing AI agent now. So I mean, it's talked about. I mean, almost everywhere. And yeah, so it's something that's pretty. I mean, pretty awesome and pretty amazing to be working on.
Yeah, same here. Agreed. So yeah, let's just get started, and let me share my screen and let's get this rolling. Uh yeah. Okay, 1 second. I may need to actually rejoin because I'm using Firefox. I had some issues with Chrome, so wait 1 second. So apparently
Okay.
on MacBooks, for you to enable new permissions, you have to always restart an app. For example, if you want to enable screen sharing capabilities.
I think it's the same for other OS. I don't think it's unique to only Mac. Uh, yeah, so we have our audiences can also, drop questions. If you are new here, you could also drop a comment. We're more than willing to, respond to your questions. Yeah, so it's an interactive section. So if you are new here, we always, hoping to have that discussion with our audience. So it's not only about what we're doing or what we want to build. Yeah, we always push for that audience interaction. Mm, yeah, Sulaiman Hamza. Yeah, thanks for joining in. So he's happy to join today's stream.
Okay,
Toby, are you
so
back? Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me? Can you see me too?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
sure.
great. Okay, nice. Yeah, let's dive in. Honestly, let's just dive in. Share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like tons of AI frameworks, AI agent frameworks out there now, and
Yeah,
let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
it's coming up. Okay,
Is it up now?
still blank though. Nope.
Wait, I can see my screen being shared though. Wait, is this another weird thing that's
Yeah,
happening?
like it has like the frame, but like it's just empty. Like it's showing that you
What?
are sharing your screen actually, but the
Oh
content is
yeah,
just empty.
I just saw that on. How about now?
Still the same. Maybe you stop sharing and reshare again.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. Share my screen. Uh, okay, allow. Share this window. How about now?
Yeah, it's up now.
Okay, great. So apparently he has to just do everything twice. Uh, okay. Cool, 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 cool. Is this zoomed in enough, or do I need to zoom in more
If you can zoom in a bit more. Yeah.
now? Okay,
Yeah, this is fine. This is good.
okay, okay. So yeah, we can literally just like look up AI agent frameworks, and we can see like there's like so many of them out there nowadays. I don't know if you are familiar with like LangChain or something.
Wait, this is still
But
sorry. This is still very small. Can you zoom in a bit?
uh,
Like still zooming.
how about now?
Okay. Yeah, I think now. Yeah, now it's good. It's good now.
Yeah, so like in the space because AI agents have become like a how would I put this? Have become like a um let's say a new niche. Building AI agent has become a new niche for like builders, or like there's the field of AI engineering now that are sort of taking
Mm-hmm.
over um you having to integrate AI into like software or into your front end or your back end or something like that to build applications nowadays. Um there's been tons of AI agent frameworks out there now, and it allows you to use to work or build AI agents in any language. JavaScript, Python. I think there's Java as well, and Go even.
Wait,
So so
sorry
many.
for cutting. We have a comment. Someone said, "Do you know MCP?" Have
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah, for
from
sure.
X. Yeah,
Yeah, so MCP means model context protocol, and it was
yeah.
something that was brought in or built by Claude, or the course. I'm sorry, Claude or the Anthropic team rather. So the idea is that you sort of have how would I put this? You sort of have a server. It tends to have a server or a client, but the way it works is it can integrate any sort of software or third party application as a tool or a function, such that you can then connect it to any LLM and give the LLM the ability to, or an MCP client in most cases. But the cloud desktop tends to be an MCP client in some cases, or you can build your own clients. But then that MCP client is now able to use um those functions or those tools from the MCP server to be able to like add more capabilities to like your LLM or anything, and then you're able to use it to like say I don't know, integrate any service. You can do like weather, check weather, I don't know, maybe other stuff online, or from your LLM conversation and stuff like that. So it's really cool to see. It's like function calling
I
also we
think
call it.
it's yeah. I think it's more like connecting. What's it called? Connecting your AI agent per se to like a data, um, kind of like an LLM. So that's what MCP is basically. So we have another comment. I think we have Chi Chukwudozie for from LinkedIn. He says, "Can you see our comment here?" Yeah, sure, we can see your comment. So from anywhere, any of the platform, you share your comments. We definitely are going to see it. Yeah, thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, for sure. I would. I don't know. For some reason, thank you so much, Chuku DJ, for like speaking up, because for some reason LinkedIn tends to be weird with the streaming with StreamYard that we use, so it may not be able to like show some of the comments, but for sure I'll keep checking in the stream on LinkedIn to maybe grab other comments and stuff. But oh no, sorry, I think the way it works is that I may not be able to send comments over to LinkedIn, but I can see all your comments.
But you
So
can
keep
see
commenting
your
on LinkedIn.
comments. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep commenting from LinkedIn and Twitter. We'll get it, or any place in general. We'll get all your comments here.
Mm-hmm.
So, so yeah, for the person asking about MCP, you can just like check out their GitHub org. They have sort of built like SDKs that you can use to test it out. And their docs are is really good, so you can just like get started with it and build your own MCP server Also even learn how to build your own clients and stuff. So it's like super easy to work with MCP and test it. It's like two ways to even use it, like server sent events pattern, or you can use what's the STDIO, where you just like interact with it via like a sort of um uh terminal interface kind of thingy, or via your runtime locally. So, but yeah, there's like several ways to do it, So I use MCP.
Mm-hmm.
So back to this here. So I was talking about agent frameworks. It's like Crew AI, LangGraph, LangChain, MicroStrategy. You can see how many MC, how many sort of not MCP rather, sorry, how many AI agent frameworks that there are now. Yeah, and AI agent was started being a trend like I don't know, last year, or I don't know, maybe end of last 2 years or so. That was when AI just started being a thing. With the I don't know if you saw computer use that time. Did you see computer use that Claude builds that time, or Anthropic team? I keep calling them Claude. That the Anthropic team builds that you could sort
Yeah.
of yeah, you saw computer use then. So AI just
Mm-hmm.
started being a thing as at that time. So
At that
uh
time.
yeah, exactly. So and then Microsoft and then Google and everybody piled on, and then it sort of like became a huge thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
So and what makes them good is that an AI agents can it can do stuff. It's a program that can think on its own because it's powered by an LLM. It has memory. It has can give it context. You can give it a prompt to for it to make decisions on and stuff like that. You were going to say something.
Yeah, so I said like I mean after that Anthropic drop, we had like waves
Mm,
of other guys
yeah,
dropping,
like
and
Devin
I mean,
even.
and I mean it makes sense
Yeah,
because like AI agents have like their application like goes cuts across almost
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
So
exactly.
basically, I think having an AI agent to to do train an AI agent to like make trades for you. That's like the crypto. So there are
Yeah,
various applications of this agent. So I mean, everybody seems to like want to tap in because I mean, you just have to like move with the wave ticket. So that's
yeah,
why we have
exactly.
a lot of these a lot of these frameworks.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. I totally agree with you on that. Um, but yeah, so like Emmanuel said, um, AI agents can do anything. They even work on the blockchain, and um, you can use them to like as long as you have an API or a service somewhere, and then you have an LLM, and then you're able to find a way to put them all together, via a framework, maybe, or
Mhm.
yeah, mostly a framework. And I don't think there's any other direct way unless you write all the code yourself, like from
Yeah,
scratch, or you use like a self-executing script or something. So but yeah, essentially you have to call an LLM, you have to call be local or from a server, you have to have an API for a service or an external service or something, and the agent is able to like and you give it a system prompt also, and give it some how would I put this, some initial configurations to make the agents be aware that okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and this is how I'm supposed to sound, this is how I'm supposed to respond, this is how I'm supposed to make decisions, this is what I'm supposed to
yeah,
prioritize, stuff like that. It's like a sort of cloning, would I say a human being or something like that. So
yeah,
I don't know what that process is like, but yeah, it kind of like is very similar. If that
yeah,
was the thing. So yeah, that's pretty much what you need to know, like from a high level overview of building agents. The rest will just be showing you how to write code and how you can sort of use them in your own, day to day, or build your own even and stuff like that.
hmm yeah.
So, hmm
And I think most of these frameworks they make it easy uh for sort of like applying because like most times you if you had to like build your own AI agent off of these frameworks, you
yeah,
tend to do less. You don't have to do like much coding per se, right?
yeah,
Because you sort of have like most of those things in the frameworks already, so it makes it more easier to do your
yeah,
integration.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, so this boss press sort of blog goes into AI agents. Imagine a world where your to-do list starts checking itself out. Your workflows on without a hitch, and AI agents become your new favorite co-workers. Yeah, so in this blog, went into agency frameworks. So what the AI agent frameworks do, they're able to handle so many things, like via services like customer support, workflow automation, personalization, collaboration. So many things, so many use cases that I can use AI agent frameworks for.
Yeah.
Um, Scalability, can it handle traffic? Um, focus on your workflow requirements. Yeah. So what should AI agents be able to do? You sort of like tick all these boxes with whatever you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
build with any framework or so. Then
Yeah.
you know, okay, this is the right framework for this use case. Some frameworks are not that extensive. They can't do certain things, or maybe the way the framework works doesn't just align with what you're trying to build. So that may
Yeah.
be a good reason rather not to pick it and go with a different framework or stuff like that. Or community support is also another thing. Like, is the framework active? Are the maintainers actively pushing code, or is there a community of people building with it and that you can ask questions or share resources together and stuff like that. So yeah, it's both pressed. I think they're just talking about their own framework and stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice workflow design, code flexibility, API capabilities. Um, There's Rasa, probably another one of their products. Okay, this next one is open source framework and voice assistance, advanced NLU, pass and interpret user experience. Okay, nice. Line graph as well. The open source orchestration framework designed to provide the creation of complex AI workflows. So I was going to talk about line graph earlier, but I wanted to wait till this point because LangChain was like this AI sort of SDK thingy where you could use to like build like um AI applications or AI chatbots, or maybe you can even build your own DeepSeek, build your own chat GPT or something. So LangGraph is really good at stuff like that because it has so many of these um what I call it methods or functions built in. Just like the Vercel's AI SDK too for like front end applications and stuff. So LangGraph is really good for like having like an AI server or an AI application
Yeah.
server or chatbot server. Yeah. So docs. Okay, yeah. So backend though. So yeah, seamless LangChain integration works with LangChain, LangSmith, unified development ecosystem, dynamic workflow support, human in the loop, allows for manual intervention at critical points. So developer tips can use the studio, you can use human oversight. I'm sorry, incorporate human oversight rather. Add manual approval
Nice.
steps, yeah, to check in the workflows and stuff for better reliability. Crew AI as well, also a very popular framework for building agents, and you can even do multi-agent orchestration. This is something that is really trending right now. So people having like registries and sort of networks or protocols where AI agents sort of live and coexist together, and they're able to like even collaborate on tasks
Interact.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. So it's really cool, like the amount of things that people are doing with agents now. Because there's this projection that agents will be like the most how would I put it? Agents, there'll be the internet or in a few years will just be mostly agents because people will just have like agents doing stuff for them online and interacting with services, calling endpoints, calling software and stuff like that. And it would be nice if your agents can do tasks for you and also make money for you, I guess. So, but I digress. So,
Mm-hmm.
Llama Index, AI framework designed to streamline complex data integration for AI agents. So yeah, that's pretty much what they have here. So features of okay, I think intercom. Okay,
This
there's
is
another AI agent
okay.
framework. Yeah, pretty much it's here. So there's many like agentic frameworks out there, and you can sort of like literally just Google anything and check out okay, what's the framework that people are using nowadays. There's this AutoGen tool as well, AutoGen rather by Microsoft. Um, I've actually used this before, but okay. Standardization by extensive customization, frameworks like LangChain, plenty for targeted, well-defined use cases, where reliability and seamless Microsoft ecosystem integration. Paramount. Okay, nice. So I think the sort of build this sort of integrates really well with their suite of tools as Microsoft and stuff. Also semantic kernel, another one by Microsoft as well. Yeah, I think this one is in C sharp. Yeah, that it first came out in C sharp. I think they have support for Python and Java as well now. Um, Atomic Agents as well is another really nice one. Um, Presents learning curve for business stuff can be highly beneficial as well. We want to develop efficient cooperative agents without spending time figuring out tools for and engineering the prompts through AI as well. We just saw Rasa, Hugging Face Transformers agents, um, build, test, and deploy agents. Yeah, deploying agents is also another field that a ton of people are also like, what I say, service providers in. So deploying agents is really, how would I put it, it's really like deploying, what I say, in the case of JavaScript, which is more like deploying like a backend server or yeah, mostly the experience tends to be like that a lot because um agents are more like just like say server applications that just are able to okay my screen is on that are able to what I say run somewhere like you need them running constantly because you don't want it to sleep and maybe you call it and it's not responding. So you need them running constantly somewhere. And you need them
Mm-hmm.
because of the programs you would have written there, there's probably like some sort of iterations that they are running in the background to sort of get things moving and things keep things going along. So agents tend to be like, just very similar to backend servers with the deployment flow and stuff. Solana Flow, open source, local frameworks, by development of agents. Yeah, there's even low code solutions as well now that you don't have to even write more code, like write a lot of code rather. You
Yeah,
can just like build your AI agents and ship them. Uh, See Eliza as well. Um, yeah, well, they also talked about their own Shakudo. So it just shows you how many AI agents, the AI agent frameworks and solutions are out there now. And yeah, this was probably just an SEO blog, but yeah, so you sort
yeah,
of get
kind
the
of thing.
idea. Yeah, exactly. So what am I looking for? Um, so yeah, open source projects that are agents, that are AI agents. Okay, add code interpreters. Yeah, yeah. So a list of autonomous agents that are currently running. So this is like really nice GitHub repo where they show like a ton of agents, agentic use cases, and AI agents that are currently running and are active and maybe you can spin up your own version of it. They also talk about frameworks as well. So this is a really nice
Yeah,
repo if you're looking for like um if you're looking for like can even start it and bookmark it. If you're looking for like a list of frameworks or a list of agents to play around with
and
or make
sorry.
POCs from. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is really
Yeah, I
nice.
love
Really
to.
nice. Yeah, really nice resource. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess for talking about the frameworks and showing you the available ones. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
cookies. Uh, but yes, like I was saying, I wanted us to explore line graph by LangChain because I think it would be really a nice experience to sort of work with this and show you how to sort of put together your own AI agents from scratch. Putting the LLM, setting up the memory, the context, and everything,
Yeah,
writing the prompts. Sort of see how that works. I mean, there's tons of frameworks like Eliza that I use also. Eliza is really good at this thing also because with Eliza you can just like have a single file um where you put together some sort of bio and some other things and then you have your own agent running. But it doesn't sort of show you how that for example, if you are trying to put this in your application, I mean you can because they have APIs for your agents as well. But it doesn't just show you, okay, I'm trying to customize my agents to be able to integrate this service. How do I sort of write the code for that? Even though there are plugins for Eliza, but I mean plugins only go so far unless you make your own plugins. I don't know if this is passing my point across though, but yeah, I just want to show you how
Yeah,
to make agents from scratch with like nothing from bare metal or not bare metal from like just nothing, I guess. So line graph, quick start. Why is this default to Python? The oh Emmanuel, what do you think?
yeah. I'm trying to check out. I'm on the live Landgraph site now. Uh, s- is there like a okay?
Oh,
I
they
think
have a
there's a
JS website
JavaScript.
too. They have a website for the JavaScript
Yeah.
one too. Yeah. So this is the repo. So as a resilient language agents as graphs. Interesting. So LangGraph.js. LangGraph is by reference Uber, LinkedIn, GitLab, and more. Is a low-level orchestration framework for building controllable agents. LangChain provides integration and composable components to streamline LLM application development, just like I said earlier about LangChain. The LangGraph library enables agent orchestration, offering customizable architectures, long-term memory, and human in the loop to reliably handle complex tasks. So to learn more about how to use LangGraph, check out the docs. We show a simple example of how to create a React agent, um, which is really, which would be like really nice, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Model chat anthropic. Create React agents. Mm. LLM tools.
Network X.
Await agent are invoke. Okay. Get started quickly by building a full stack graph application using Create Agents Chat App CLI.
So yeah, I think we should get started. What do you think, Emmanuel? Should we build like a
Yeah, definitely. I think. Uh,
let's follow
yeah, I
should we
think
follow
we
the
should
quick
get
start?
started with this.
Let's follow the quick start guide to build something simple. The React agents, for example.
Okay, is it the one on the GitHub or the one on
Yeah, the one
their
on the it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
docs? Okay, yeah, I think we can follow that. Um,
Okay, awesome. So let's get started. My terminal here is the terminal big enough? Like, can you see it on your end? Oh wait, I'm not sharing that screen.
yeah,
I may need to have
I'm
to
only
share
seeing
my
the
I may need to have to share my entire screen though. 1 second. Uh, allow. I should probably just share my entire screen. Can you see my screen now?
yeah, but you have to zoom in.
How about now? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, but it's still
Okay, awesome.
on the land graph.
Yeah, how about now?
Yeah, it's on the terminal.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to be setting up a simple application um using this. So essentially we need to have a Node.js project if I'm going to even be able to install any of these, right? So I'm going to start a
Hmm.
simple Node.js project. Let me see if there isn't TypeScript. It doesn't seem like it. Looks like they're just using JS, right? But they're using Zod for like some validation shit. So npm init
Yeah,
dash y. Let me just see the to the repo. Yeah. Okay, so we're on the right track. So let me just npm init.
Yes. Okay.
Oh no, no, not the entire thing.
You have to go
So
into
yes. Oh, I need to create the folder itself too. I think I actually created the Node.js project in the roots. Why did I just do that? Let me go and delete
yeah.
it.
So that was just going to
Yeah, I just created this
just
there.
yeah.
So I need to create the folder first. So make a directory, line graph project, line graph agents. That's better. Change it to line graph agents, and then npm init dash y, and then code dot. So this is open now. I just move this here. Zoom this in as well. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Let me give you the live share link.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Let me just stop sharing for a second. Share it to you. I just shared it to you now.
Okay. Let me check.
Okay, can you still see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Mm,
awesome. Let me just minimize this and also minimize not this. Please let me know if you cannot see my screen and I'll gladly fix things.
mm, where do I go to? Share, join.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can see you. I'm trying to
Did
join.
you okay? Did you unmute or did you leave the studio or did you go
No,
on mute rather? No, I stopped
no.
hearing there for a second. Still, I think you rejoined. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I think
I think I don't know.
I think
I
you
went
left the
off
stream.
for a while.
Yeah,
I don't know what
exactly.
happened.
Yeah, I think you're out of the stream for a bit there.
Um, I think you need to send a new
Live
live
share link.
share. I don't know what this system.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Oh wait, is it connecting? Just
Yeah,
hold on a
I just
second.
generated the new link. I just generated the
Okay,
new
okay.
link.
Okay. Yeah, let me get that one then.
Okay.
Mm, Yeah, I think I'm in now.
Well, okay, awesome. Welcome everyone. So if you maybe rewind the video, if you're on YouTube or LinkedIn, you probably see where we're talking about agentic frameworks and explaining AI agents. And we talked about agent frameworks, talked about ELIZA, talked about lang graph, talked about lang flow, talked about atomic, talked about autogen by Microsoft and so many of these frameworks. So right now we are focusing on a lang graph because lang graph is from LangChain, and LangChain has like this incredible suite of AI specific SDK. Would I say um yeah, SDK actually. The SDK is like really good for like building AI powered applications. And they recently built LangGraph, which is their own agentic framework. So I just like diving into that with JavaScript and building, we're trying to be like an AI agent with LangGraph. So that's just to catch you up. Yeah, man, do you want to
Mhm.
add anything? Did I miss anything?
Well, yeah, I think you pretty much said anything. But I don't know, your video still looks blurry and glitchy. I don't know if it's my own
Glitchy?
network or my end. Yeah. So
Let me
you're
just
sort of frozen now in your video and blur of some kind. But yeah, I think you already said most of what we're doing. So we're basically trying to create our own AI agent from scratch, and we're using LangGraph um, as an example, to build up something that we could use and showcase. Yeah. So we spoke about most of the AI agents we had, AI agent framework, sorry to say, and we looked at the open source ones as well. So basically, this is just trying to build off of that idea of okay, you have an AI agent, and how exactly when you have an AI agent framework, how exactly do you use them, and yeah, to do whatever it is you want to do. So that's sort of where we are at right now. So we're currently at the point of implementation. Yeah. So you could tag along with us, and hopefully we're able to achieve this. So I think Toby's still having some issues with his network. I don't know why. If that's even going to affect the live share. Okay, it didn't. Okay, that's good.
no, it's once.
Yeah. I think you're back now. I think the video looks better. Can you hear me?
Okay, great. Yeah, I can. So for those watching, we're streaming at 1080p, so maybe our networks are not great enough to handle the stream, but imagine we're streaming at 4K. So yeah, so excited to be here, to be back again. So let's continue from where we stopped. So we're basically following this initial guide. Both of us are on our live share now, so you can see us there, so you see man on there. Land graph
Mm-hmm.
introduction. There's a Python version, so in case you write Python or maybe you want to build yours in Python, you can easily just go to the Python one and work with that. But we want to use JavaScript because uh yeah because of the stream and stuff. So yeah, so to dive in, we already set up a Node.js project with the npm init dash y command easily. You can just set up your own Node.js project and you just get started ASAP. So from here on, the next steps would be us actually installing the necessary packages for LangGraph, and then setting up the simple agent as well. In this case, just as a simple reminder, we are looking for how it would be possible to actually have GaiaNet be our inferencing provider instead of using say Anthropic or OpenAI or something like that. So let's see how we
Mm-hmm.
can make that happen with one of the base cases. So first, let's just set up a simple file. Sorry, should we install these first, or we can just make you can do both actually. Um, and then we install the packages. using the
Are
commands.
you sharing your screen? Because I can't see you
Oh wait, my bad. Um,
sharing your screen. Yeah.
how about now?
Okay. Yeah, it's up now.
Okay, great, awesome, awesome.
So the dependencies we have Zod, I think for validation, UUID, also like an identity package, Zod to JSON schema, Langsmith. I think this is from Langgraph. Uh,
Yeah,
was CF Worker, JSON schema.
Cloudflare, private Cloudflare worker.
Oh,
Are you talking about? Yeah.
let me just confirm. A
So
JSON
where are you
schema
reading it?
validator and Cloudflare workers. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay.
Cloudflare workers are like really cool. They're like edge edge functions. So you can like have any uh think of like when I say if you are familiar with AWS, think of like Llama functions, or I don't know what is it, Llama functions they call them. Yeah, but essentially it's like you have a runtime that runs on the edge, which
Oh,
means it
Lambda
runs
functions.
yeah, Lambda functions rather. So it's like sort of works on a server somewhere. The runtime is there, and it can run any codes or any program from a certain um you know bunch of servers in a different location, and then you can actually interact with that server via a URL, just a normal URL call, and you're able to like execute when I say operations on that server and get the results back on your own machine. Um, yes, so honestly, just like think of just
Yeah.
look up edge functions and like see how the idea of edge functions are. You get to understand okay, Cloudflare workers and Lambda functions and so many of these other cool things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The mustache is a logicless template syntax. Okay. That one is for templating. Mm.
Where are you reading that from, though? Where are you reading that from?
I'm just checking it like from the package log. So I'm checking most of the packages.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Uh, just simple. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. So we have PQ. What's PQ?
uh, PQ.
PQ. Okay. Wait, PQ. Why does that even sound like? Oh, uh, so promise Q. With concurrency control. Okay, useful for rate limiting. Oh, async operations. For
Hmm.
example, when interacting with your REST API or when doing CPU slash memory intensive
Memory.
tasks. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
Oh, it's like I see. This for servers, you probably want a Redis backend job queue instead.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So uh it's like a concurrency handler, I guess. So, for example, maybe you don't want like deadlocks, or you don't want any async operations, one executing before the other and stuff like that. Oh, it's really nice. You can even set priorities and stuff. This is really nice for
Yeah.
when certain operations should execute and stuff
So
like that.
it's that's why yeah. It says something like Redis. So exactly how you can, set priorities in a Redis queue too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's on the server side too. I think that's mm, P retry. What's this again? It does retry a promise returning or a sync function. Doesn't exponentially back off. Okay. Mm. Oh, this one is like trying to retry. an asynchronous function promise basically. So you could pass in the number of retries you want. So in case if it fails the first time, you can always retry.
Somebody has a comment. Um, so yes, Wasi, we are streaming to YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn right now. So you can actually watch us on all three platforms. Um, so yeah, in case you don't like LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm. So you can, I don't know if you can, let me see if I can get the YouTube link to share. I don't think it will even go to LinkedIn, but let me just, maybe you can share to LinkedIn to me directly, the YouTube link.
I'll check
Uh,
that out now, but let me see. How do I just share that? I can honestly just show you the YouTube um from my
yeah, I
screen
have
if you are still
the
watching.
link.
Like I'm talking about like
Just-
if Wasi is watching, I
Oh,
can
okay,
just show him
okay,
the
okay.
YouTube link. So
Because I
if you
was
go
going
to
to
YouTube,
post it on the channel, uh, I don't think it's going to go to you, to LinkedIn, like from the comments. Sorry.
yeah, so we're streaming to YouTube in case you want to watch, you can just yeah, you send the link. Okay, great. Yeah, you can just like check it out there and check us out on YouTube if you don't like what you've been saying on LinkedIn. Um, so yeah, so we have this going already, and let's read the code. Let's honestly read the code and see um what this is about. As Emmanuel, do you want to read the code?
Okay. So we have okay, we're importing create React agent from LangChain under LangGraph previews, and then we also have chat Anthropic. So this is also coming from LangChain under Anthropic. So I think this is like a chat, a kind of like a one-on-one chat, one-to-one chat system. So we're also importing two. Where is this coming from? LangChain call tools. Okay, and we have this from Zod. So this is for just for schema validations. So we have this function, this asynchronous function called search. So it's taking two. Oh, is this okay? What does it return? Create a new structured tool instance with the provided function name, description, and schema. Schema can be provided as Zod or JSON schema, and both will be validated. Okay. Mm, so it returns a new structured tool instance. Okay, so basically this, I'm guessing this is a function. So we're saying we're passing query. So query dot lowercase includes itself, or query dot lowercase dot include San Francisco. Okay, return it's 60 degrees and foggy. Okay, if not, just return 90 degrees and sunny. Also, I think this is checking uh if you're passing if you're trying to check for San Francisco. So either using the direct name or maybe using the shortened name. So it returns
So yeah,
this if not.
so like a
So all these
search,
are just
like a search,
logic.
a search tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're just logic for the search. So we get your query based on what you pass, return something.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Yeah.
name, you give a name, is called search, description, call to solve the web. So this is a schema. So the schema is odd object and query dot script a string dot describe. Okay, the query to use in your search. Okay. Yeah. So this just returns. This is just a search functionality. Basically, you have the function that does the logic of getting your query and returning something based on your query. You just have the name, description, and the schema for this particular tool that's going to be returned. So we have a model. So the model is the chat anthropic. So this is coming from Claude. The model agent is coming from create React agent. So this is a method. What does it do? One sec. So create a state graph agent that relies on a chat model utilizing tool calling. Okay. Uh,
So just create a stateful agents
so
um
yeah,
based on the model with the model and all the tools that you want the agent to have access to.
exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So the LLM we're passing to is this model instance you created here, and the tool is basically just this search, this search tool you created above. Yeah. So we have a result variable. So result is going to take await agent.invoke. So I guess this is like a call. So run the graph with a single input and config. So this is just a call to run the agent, right? So so this, remember, this is the agent we created. So we're just invoking it, like sort of calling it here. So message, okay, this is role, user, content, what is the weather in SF? So this content is what goes into the query. So the role is just like someone who is like the person actually trying to call uh this functionality, which is the user. So if you've used like OpenAI or something before, this is like very similar to uh, how you query models basically. So that's what we're trying to do here. So I don't know if there's a way we can output this result to sort of
Yeah,
see.
can just
Yeah. So
console log it.
mhm.
But if we are going to be console logging this, I think we have to be wary of one thing. Um, why is this thing not asking for like an API key though? Which is kind of weird, right? Well, let me see. Let's look into the function if we can
Yeah,
see
you.
that.
Mm-hmm. I sort of agree because I was trying to look uh, at the um starting guide, and I was looking to see where this sort of used, because I'm guessing that most of these chats Anthropic would have like some sort of like app created somewhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. Should we check their docs? Let's just look at the chat Anthropic. Oh, it's a package, right? So we should probably just go to the npm docs page. That'll be much better resource to look at. Just to confirm, is it a package? It's not. It's coming
it's not.
from.
It's coming from Lang. It's coming from Lang chain. Yeah,
It
Lang
is a
chain Anthropic.
package.
So yeah, so we can
Oh,
just
langchain
get
slash
pattern.
Anthropic.
Yeah,
But we didn't install that though. So is that going to work? Are we not supposed to install that? We should probably install that. I think it's not throwing us any errors because we're using JavaScript, so we'll probably not even know if there's an error there.
yeah.
Because this package doesn't actually exist, but it didn't throw any errors. But let's look at the docs page. Let's look at the npm page rather. So looking at this here, we can see that okay, this is just us them telling us how to. Yeah, exactly. So in your terminal, you should probably run this first with your Anthropic API key. Um, so that when you now create your new chat Anthropic, like what you are doing here, you have to pass in your API key. And I'm guessing also you can pass in the model. So, but they didn't. they didn't do that. So which is kind of crazy. And I don't actually have a cloud key, do I? Uh, let me stop sharing my screen 1 second.
Yeah, so I think you need to get
Can
the
you hear me?
Anthropic API key first. Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? It seems like you've frozen out your network. Uh, but yeah, I was also having that thought that we probably need at some point. You probably need the API key to be able to access this chat Anthropic. So
Yeah, Emmanuel, can you hear me?
yeah, 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 I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. 1 sec, sorry. Um, I don't know, kicked out for some reason. So I was looking through my Claude, to see if I have an API key, so we can just test Claude. But we would actually be using Gaia's inference, like we said in the streams announcements. So we'll show you how to run a Gaia node and how we can get an API key from there. Just to test this out. Start building. I think I still have Gaia keys, but I'm not sure. Uh, I'm sorry, Anthropic
So are you
keys rather.
trying? Are you trying to like check your cloud to see if you can get the keys?
Yeah, exactly. So I can run like this sonnet or something. To see
Okay.
how we can run this. I think I still have an API key for this. Can I copy existing keys? I don't think I have access to this key again. Well, let me see if I have like credits there. Well, I still have credits on Claude. So let me create a key. Just stop sharing. Okay, I wasn't even sharing my screen, so let me just create a key.
Yeah.
So I'll create this, add it to my ENV, and then I'll share my screen so that people don't see my key and go and exhaust all
Hmm.
my credits.
Yeah. Sure.
So what did they say we should call it? They said it should be called honestly you can call it anything you like to. So Anthropic API. Okay, we have this there now in my ENV. I should run equal to here. And then in my index.js, I can just call it. Okay, so now I'll share my screen now.
Okay.
Okay, so share my screen now. So now in this, honestly, before we even do anything, let's try to run this program first. See what would happen. Like without them adding the API key. Maybe there's some sort of built-in um stuff that's supposed to happen. But yeah, exactly. You just threw the error right away.
API not
I
found.
just
That's
knew
good.
like if there's something you should be aware of, like working with agents or in like or AI engineering in general. Unless you're on a local model, if you are using any model provider, they would always ask you for an API key because it's probably a paid service you are using. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to note. So I just think it was
Yeah.
going to throw an error. So we can just add our API key here. Exactly. So now let's try this again. Anthropic API key not found. But I
Did
do have
you
it.
did you add this to an ENV or where are you getting this?
Yeah, I added it to an EMV. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you have to like reload or something.
Maybe I didn't spell it. Maybe I didn't
Or you
spell it correctly. Let me stop sharing my
okay.
screen.
Yeah.
Anthropic API key. Yeah, I did spell it correctly actually. Uh, Then he has the API key here. I think I can still share the keys, but as long as I'm not showing the
Do you know
entire
what?
keys.
Do you know what? You can no before you share, you can try to pass the key directly and run it on your end and see if it still works without
Oh yeah,
sharing
let
your
me do that
screen.
actually.
So
That's
just
actually
try
better.
pass it directly to see.
Yeah,
Because
let
I
me
think
actually try that.
sometimes with ENVs, maybe you have to like reload or something
But
before you.
but in the README page of the npm thing, they actually said that I should try what's it called? They said I should try
Exporting, right?
yeah, from the terminal. So could that be an issue? Maybe that's something to look at. But let me run it again, like you said. Oh, it worked this time.
Yeah. So somebody dropped a comment, said, did you load it to the environment and mount the app.use? Is this a node command or
Oh, I think they are talking about wait, what I think. Did you load it to the environment and mount the app, like using app.use? Oh, like are you referring to like an express server thing or something like that?
so this is
Because
just a node
mhm. Go ahead, go ahead.
application. Yeah, so this is just in a basic node application. So I don't think app.use is like when you have like an express server and all those things.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
So
unless we're missing something, you can just comment again and share.
yeah,
Um,
but I do think maybe for the environment variables to work, there are like some I don't know some certain configurations that we need to add uh, to make that one work.
mm, yeah, you are right, actually. Um, wait, chill 1 second. Why wouldn't it work though? Maybe I need to make it a string, or is that a requirement?
No, no, no,
Like
no, no.
putting
I
it.
don't think
I mean, like I've never had to do that actually.
no.
Entropic API key
So do you know
process.env
another?
entropic.
Do you know something you can do? Just
Yeah,
for this
what's that?
stream, you could create a file, yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
sort of like export it as a constant. So instead of an env,
Also, I import it in that file and export it from there. Oh, okay. I mean, like, oh, I see what you mean. Like a normal JS file.
a
Also, and just
normal,
export it from there.
yeah, and just so instead of using,
Oh, so they said since you're using Node index.js, okay, no problem. I saw using the command Node index.js. Oh yeah, we're just using Node directly to just run the script. So we're not using
yeah.
any
So we don't
express
have
server.
like any
We're not using an
servers,
express server.
any express server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, I see what you mean. But wait, one last try. Let me just try it again to see if this will work again. Because I just put it back in to the stuff. Yeah, I keep saying this. 1 second. There may be something we are actually not looking at here. Let me just look it up 1 second. This has not happened before, to me at least. Uh, or export it. So yeah, thanks so much, Ernest. uh for like all the great comments and for interacting with us via the comments. That was really helpful. But I actually I think I know what he's saying here because if you're using like an Express application, you actually need to like mount it to the environment and so that you're able to interact with those variables. I think that it also has like some sort of layer so that you don't have like direct access to your ENV, but Express itself provides those ENVs to you or something like that.
Okay, I think I
So
saw something. So there's like a .env package that you could install to load the environment variables.
okay.
Yeah, so let me just send it over to you. So just install this, and then you can load.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I just saw that too. So I'll just install. Is the TMV not like a default of Node.js already?
well, I don't think it's not default. You have to
Oh, okay.
like
You have to install it.
install it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
after
then everything.
installing, you just have to load it. Yeah.
Okay. So share my screen again. One second. I just want to make sure I'm hiding all my keys. Uh, can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you sent it to me. So I have to like npm install
Yeah.
this .env, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, installed. And then I'm already like installing the default configuration. So then the next thing for me to do would now, so right now it should be available, right?
Yes, it should be available now. So try to run.
Oh no, not this. Why would I test it again? Oh yeah, I think it's working now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it worked this time.
Yeah.
So that was the missing piece.
Yeah. So did we get what response did we get?
So we asked the question we asked the agent was, what is the weather in SF?
What's the other in
And then
SF? Yeah.
it got it, which is what starts as human message here. And then AI message response, it gave us I would be happy to check the current weather information. I mean, current weather in San Francisco for you. Let me search for that information. Then he called the tool. I really like the way this is set up. Then he called this weather dummy tool that we wrote up here because this tool doesn't actually. I'm not exactly sure this tool actually has access to check weather information. So I think it just
Yeah.
uses
It
the dummy
just
information. Yeah,
exactly.
but it's really nice how they show you how you can easily make a tool because if we added like an Axios call or something here to just call an API,
Mhm.
we can actually make any tool to with any service that we want easily
Yeah.
by just
I think
by just using
that's
this.
even the main purpose of the tool is to like if you have
Yeah,
like API calls to get certain informations,
yeah,
so you just go to that
exactly,
tool, it makes a call and then it gives you.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, that's what they did here. So now the query was to the tool was now what's the current weather in San Francisco? And then the tool was called and we get a response back. Okay, so it still continued as well. Um, it probably ran a couple of other things as well. So the tool itself responded. Um, you can see all the tokens that are being used to generate the text as well. For the response.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the tool itself now responded. Was it? Yeah, so it responded at 60 degrees
It's
and
50
foggy
degree
because
foggy. Yeah,
it's
that's
SF.
exactly what we said. Mm-hmm.
And then he passed it back to the AI, the LLM in this case, or the AI agent. And then I said, based on my search, the current weather in San Francisco is 60 degrees Fahrenheit and foggy. This is pretty typical weather for San Francisco, which is known for its fog, especially during certain times of the year. So this basically just simulates exactly how an AI agent would respond to you, uh, especially when you're using a tool called, and you can see here we are using Claude 3.7 or yeah, Claude 3.7 Sonnet to like sort of make these
Mm-hmm.
calls. And we have our agent actually running to, do stuff for us. You can do a simple
Yeah.
front end for this to like just show how it looks like, and or maybe you can integrate an external service like say a social media or something like that, and you see it working as well. So yeah, yeah, it worked. Kudos to Emmanuel for that .env uh
Yeah, and kudos to NS also. I think NS helped us a lot. I think you dropped another comment. Okay, yeah, if you use .env, you need the mountain I spoke about. Yes, 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 you are correct. So I think
yeah,
those
that's
are
what we
part
just
of it.
said. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Thank you so
Uh,
much for like bringing that up. But we didn't have
mhm.
to use app.use though, like you said, but we did use mountain, which is this line here.
Yeah. So I think if you were to be like an extract server that we set up, then I think app will use the whole
Yeah,
uh
would be
app will use
what would
the
you use? Yeah,
analytics that worked there. But this is
yeah,
just a
exactly.
simple address server. Uh so we have this running. So this is just a simple POC. I think we could move on to uh
Yeah, so they also show how you can like build like your own full stack um agentic app. So they give you like a front end out of the box, and they also give you like some previous agents that you can test out with like some templates. Honestly, I'm really liking LangGraph. Like it's really nice, honestly. Because this is like really great to even
mhm.
experience. But before moving on, I think we should try using GaiaNet for this to see how very similar it would be. So to use GaiaNet, we would have to use as LangChain. Let me see if they have that. OpenAI. Oh, they do have that. So basically same setup thing that it spoke about. And now you pass in the model's name, and then what else is there to use in case you have an embedding to add to
Mhm.
the okay, in case you have like an embedding that you want to also make the model aware about. Um, yeah, I think we can easily just use like Gaia from this. So let's see how we'll do that. 1 second to import this to install this rather. Okay, so now that we have that installed, I'm just going to copy what they have here with this here. But before that, I want to see if they actually have like this. Um, wait, how many methods do they have? Did they just have like chat OpenAI? Uh, what are they exporting? Um,
And also
OpenAI.js as
Azure.
well.
Is that Azure? Okay.
Yeah, I think you can actually call
Cool.
Azure as well directly. So what are they exporting? They're exporting OpenAI client, and anything else they're exporting. Uh,
Client options.
so they call like the base URL of OpenAI directly in here. But I think you are able to change the URL, or is that something they allow? For example, if you change the base URL, where am I going? Not here. I just want to go this far back. For example, now, can I just change the base URL of this? Is that available? Or wait, why didn't that suggest it to me though? Oh, it's available actually. So you can actually change the base URL of your. Okay, so yeah, this makes using Gaia like straightforward then. So if we're to change this, for example, I'll just comment this out. 1 second. I can just copy paste it and change that part. I'll just comment this out. New chat anthropic. Change the API. I'll pass in an API key as well because we would need that. Change the model's name and then pass in a URL. So base URL, chat, OpenAI. But for this, I may want to use a local node to like demonstrate. For that, I don't really need
Mhm.
like a um So let's check out Gaia Net. Shameless plug, I guess. So with Gaia Net, you can have like your own OpenAI compatible um OpenAI compatible inference provider. So you can actually use all the things that we have available with LLMs and open source LLMs. In most providers like OpenAI and the way they have like their own GPT-4 and everything. Think of Gaia Net as something in that space, but decentralized, and then you have access to several open source LLMs for like text, for videos, for images and everything. And then you can actually run local nodes yourself, running your own providers locally, and you can also customize um and build agents directly with Gaia as well. So um so you easily like set up a Gaia node on your own machine, see how it works and everything. You can get a Gaia API key in case you are building an application or an agent, and you can easily just add in your Gaia API key on that, and you can even deploy your own node as well, or customize your own. You can even
Mhm.
train like your own models, and like you can train a model and train an agent like knowledge base, and be like, for example, if you are building like say an Emmanuel agent, you can just take all these tweets, take all these messages, come to Gaia, put it in a knowledge base TXT file, and get a data set for him for Emmanuel that you can embed into any LLM that's compatible with what you trained it with. That is, and to sound and
Mhm.
respond exactly like him. So so enough of that. So you setting up a Gaia node. I already have gone through all the steps of installing Gaia CLI, initializing. So I can easily just like okay, I still we need to initialize. I can easily just initialize and start my Gaia node on my machine now and show you how we would use that in place of having to use OpenAI and configuring all of that. So where's my terminal? So my terminal is right, should be right here. Yep. Let's minimize this. Uh, Close this. So this is my terminal right here. Just going to cd backpack, cd backpack, ls. So let's see if we have Garnet here. Yeah, we do have Garnet. So I'm going to Garnet in it now. So the CLI has like availability to provide you with every of these things that I need. So you can see I'm currently using this model, this Llama 3.2B, instruct
Mhm.
8Q5KM. So that's the name of the model, like an open source LLM. And I'm using this embedding model currently. So the embedding model allows you to do what I said earlier, where you're able to train it, train like a new agent with like a custom knowledge base that is able to do something like a Rust expert, a JavaScript expert, um, I don't know, a tweet expert or something like that. So it's just like readily available to you. So I initialize my node, but I start my node now. So currently, I think I have like a custom agent currently on here. So I was doing like this fashion agent at the time, and I swapped out the default knowledge base that I have on my machine. So you may still see that running, but I would show you how we would see our local GaiaNet node running right now. So it gives us a URL when we like start our GaiaNet node on our machines. So we can easily just go here and we'll see a default dashboard page. So on the dashboard page, you see like the URL, for example, if you want to query your agent and ask it a few questions,
Yeah.
um, and you see the base URL for the agent. So it's just it's just this normal domain URL but slash v1, and then you see the model embedding model, the model name for the chart, API key. For example, it's telling us if you want to use this local node, we can just leave it empty or add any value. So I just had you can see I just added Gaia and stuff. And so yeah, like I was saying, I was doing like a fashion model. So I had to swap out the default knowledge base and use and make a digital clone of this person. Um, but yeah, so I'm basically just going to look at this dashboard and fill it with everything that I have here. So model name is this Llama 3.2B, blah blah blah, and my base URL name would be this one. So fingers crossed, this should work. Uh, so yeah, let's try this out now and see what happens. Oh, so it says invalid API key.
Invalid API key. Are you
Oh, we
sure
can
you're
find our API
passing?
key. Why should I passing what?
Or did you update the API key in the ENV?
No, I'm not using that one again. I'm using this
Oh,
default API key. So I
okay,
need to
okay,
get an
okay,
API
okay.
key for my Gaia dashboard. So 1 second, let me just grab that. But at least it worked, so we just need to get the API key to see how to overcome that. So
Yeah.
I'll go to my Gaia dashboard and try to get the API key. Launch up. Um,
And yo, we
I really
have
like.
over 100 being. Thanks, thanks,
Oh
thanks,
yeah,
thanks. First time back.
amazing. I guess people are excited to see us streaming again. Um,
Yeah.
thank you all so much for coming in. It's really awesome to see the support
Mm-hmm.
and love from you guys. So yeah, I just want to quickly grab an API key and then I'll be on my way. Um, API key, where's that? So just go to my settings. Give me a new API key. I think I already like exhausted all the ones that I had. Uh, test key. Okay, copied the key. Okay, now I said all right, so now in my ENV, I'm just going to add that in the API key. What's this? All right, that has been added in. I'm just going to copy the name now and go add that in here. So process.env dot that name. Uh, where, uh, oh, I see. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get this running. Mm, get the API key. Lang chain. Okay, so sharing my screen again. I think from what I noticed now, the default one second, let me share my screen. The default chat OpenAI method was throwing us an error because it expected an OpenAI key. So even if I already added Gaia's key now. So if we added the OpenAI, if we had the Gaia's key, I think it still throws us an error about having to get, yeah, so when I run this. So then it tells us incorrect VIP key provided. Now it tells us to go um to the OpenAI platform account to go and get an OpenAI key, but we're not going to do that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's see. Let me see how we can maybe in their like SDK here, they have a way to like or maybe a different function or a method that I can just use to. Oh, they do have this, so you can do like a new OpenAI instead of chat OpenAI, or is there any difference?
Mm.
Then you create like this LLM thing.
Your screen is not actually up. Oh. I'm not seeing your screen. It's
How
just
about
like
now?
blank.
Really? Let me share
Yeah,
again.
try to reshare again. Yeah.
Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, awesome. So on their default page, sorry, on their like docs page rather for the LangChain OpenAI SDK, uh, they do say there's an OpenAI class by default in there that you're supposed to like work with. I'm guessing it's similar to this chat OpenAI one because you create a new instance of the class with an object, passing the model name, temperature, max tokens, and a few other things, and then they then invoke it here. So I'm trying to see if it's something similar, or maybe I just have to like see if there's a different SDK that would support embedding models. I mean, I don't think we need to create a new embedding. Uh, yeah, I don't think we need an embedding model. OpenAI. Okay, so you see, I didn't chat OpenAI here. Using an example with this, if we have an LLM, okay, if I have a chat model or if I'm using an LLM directly, let's try this one to see if maybe this is what we should actually be using. So OpenAI like that. So we swap this out like that. I'm passing in all the necessary keys with uh let's use this example. Yeah, passing in all the necessary keys like the model, the base URL, and also the model base URL and also the API key. Let's see if this would work. This doesn't work. You just have to create an issue on the guided side, I guess. Let's see what happens. What's the
There's
issue?
an error.
Oh, LLM must define bind tools. So you create an LLM this way, but then you pass it into an agent as the LLM with the model, yeah. But then it says define bind tools method. Interesting. That's if I'm trying to use a tool with it. Okay. Oh, I see what they mean. But do we have any examples here to show what they mean? Oh, you can use custom URL, but you have to pass in configuration. Oh, I see. So instead of this, it should actually be configuration. Wait, what if Chat OpenAI also has this? Let me just minimize this. New. So with what we have here now, I want to try something with configure. Oh, they do have it.
Configuration.
Oh, it has it actually. Maybe we can just take this base URL directly. Just taking a base URL. Interesting. It's actually the same thing. Hold on, just this part. Instead of having to see, we can actually just look up the method rather to see how they are binding tools to the LLM. Because this one, I think
Mm-hmm.
you just create like an LLM instance for you. Doesn't actually work with the agentic use case that you need. And the way they are even calling it, I think they are using like they just use like this invoke LLM dot invoke it directly, which is very similar to what they do here. So I'm not exactly sure why I threw that error. Honestly, it could be the same because it's just a variable name. Why is it? But a passing an input text, is it the same thing here? Um, could be. It depends. It depends. I haven't actually checked that out. But let's see. Are we passing our
So
model name and our API key?
yeah,
Yeah, I want to say
so you have
something.
to change it. Yeah, I said you have to change the API key to the Gaia. Yeah.
Yeah, node one. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I may not need all this temperature and model things. In the configuration, what other things can you pass in? Uh, Chat, OpenAI fields. Let's look it up and see. So configuration. Okay, let's do a global search. So let's do a global search. Configuration. Could this be it? No, it's
Yeah,
actually
current.
configuration. Okay, this is it. So you pass in API key, you can pass in base URL. Oh, so it would
Okay,
have to
so
be in here. So base URL and model, everything would be inside here. So essentially, you're moving everything that was here to be inside configuration, right?
mm-hmm.
API key, project, base URL, HTTP agents. You can put a timeout as well. Default query. Let's see if this would work. I mean, if it's as they say it is, should work, right? It's taking a while. It's still coming. Oh, this is actually taking some time. So this is dashboard for local Garnet nodes. We did send it the query. Maybe I should have added some login so that we'll see if it's actually calling it, or something like that. Mm, so the question is asking is what is the weather in SF?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Why is it taking this long though?
yeah, it's kind of weird. What did I want to search? I want to search configuration to see if that's mm, no, no, not that. I saw that from here actually. Yeah, can I like a custom URL? Oh, not from here. Yeah, this is taking some time though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually the same. It's still like LLM. Like if you use OpenAI, if you use Chat OpenAI, it's actually still the same thing.
Oh,
Oh wait, it
finally.
did work.
Did it?
Oh, internal server
I
error.
think there was an error.
Okay, so probably a
Failed to
backend
get
error,
chat
which is
completion. Mm,
Result. Was it a timeout too?
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, when I
But
scroll to the side.
I mean, with the amount of time it took, if there was a
Oh, so it did.
timeout,
It did. It failed with something though. It said failed to get chart completions. How do I scroll to
mhm.
the side?
Said reason
Wait.
unsupported prompt template.
Oh,
The
okay.
matrix chart. The total use have only supported for
Mistral to
Mistral
ChatML
to.
to Grok
Oh
Llama
wait,
3
is he
to.
saying the prompt format is wrong?
I think it's saying that this provider, which is this Llama 3 3.2b 3b instructs that we're
Is
using.
expecting a different
Yeah,
prompt
it's saying
template
that
here.
it's saying that it doesn't expect. It's saying that it doesn't support two calling directly. So maybe if we wrote like a simple prompt for it, it could actually work. So yeah, that's another thing. There are certain like LLMs that are trained like for like two calling specifically. So you may not want to use um everything. So can I say
So
what?
mhm.
Yeah, okay. Like what is the what is Independence Day or something? I mean, this is a general broad question. So let's say if we remove this two calling here, like if we just commented it out. I mean, I can also switch the
Yeah.
model to like a two calling model. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like several two calling. For example, if we check out the dogs, so you see what I mean. Uh, uh, I honestly like how Langflow is making like this super easy to work with. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so you can see you can also like work with tools, but then they also stated up here that um yeah, and it gives them maintenance, it's tutorial, running your own node. Yeah, so you need to start guiding for either this, or even this one. So these models are really good for like tool calling. These open source models are really good if you are trying to make a tool calling sort of use case. If you are doing a tool calling use case rather, so it's
Yeah.
always ideal to use any of these three models. But the models we have currently on our local node is this instruct one. So it doesn't have all those tool calling juiciness. So what is Independence Day is a general broad question. So let's see what happens.
Mm.
Undefined tools. Where's tools?
So you commented to, so you should go to, I think.
Oh, I think we need to pass in tools. Um, create React agents, expect
Oh
it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Expect you pass to, yeah. So
Okay,
I
okay,
think we can change the model instead.
okay.
So we pass in tools and just change the model. Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you though. Think you're muted. You're muted, I think, yeah. I still can't hear you. I think your mic is, you have to switch your mic or something.
How about now?
Yeah, 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 I can hear you now.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I turned off my headphones. So agents or invoke. So I think this agent or invoke, from what I'm seeing here, expects like I just want to see. So what does he expect? So invoke takes in the input type and then options. But what did he feel? Sorry, create React agents rather. So
So I think that
create
one
React.
takes in tool and the model also.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I think it's required. So you need to pass in tools and the LLM. The rest are optional. Oh yeah, so you do need to
Yeah.
pass in tools. So unless if we created the agents, if there's a different method to create agents, or is there a different method? We should probably just swap out the model, like you said.
Yeah.
So we
So
can just
just
change
swap
our
out the
node
model.
config. Yeah, we can just change our node config super easily. If we go to this Gaia GitHub, awesome Gaia, we would find I'm sorry, we'll go to like a node configs, the node configs repo. Yeah, yeah. So if we go to like node configs, we'll see so many of these models. Yeah, so we can just search for tool calling. The tool calling one. I think I can search for it from up here. Or they did link to it
Uh,
here, right? Like I can just
yeah.
click it on
So
it.
I think the error message that we got even like gave us like a list, sort of like a list of two calling
Yeah, it did actually. So he said
this.
oh wait, let me go back to
Uh,
the previous
can
one.
you share your screen? I don't think you're sharing your screen.
Oh, okay, okay. I think I
Yeah.
already cleared my terminal, so it's out of it's already like it's already went. But
Oh,
from this docs page, we can actually see the ones um that do support. I think I was using this Grok one before.
okay.
So we can just easily set up our node with this one. Yeah, let me just initialize with this. So I'm going to stop my GaiaNet node. So I'll just initialize with this one. Let me take a while to install the model. But while that is going on, are we going to wait for this? So essentially, how this would work is the way it was working already before, but instead of using say Claude or OpenAI, we'll just be using Gaia for that use case. So yeah, that's the goal of what we're trying to show. This will take some time
Mm-hmm.
to install the model and why so now going to a node config, what that means is that I'm essentially just swapping out the current node model infra and setup that I have, and I'm just switching it to this Grok one that supports tool calling, so that I'm able to like use that weather tool, for example, now that they said um that
What's the
dummy
weather
tool that
in
we
San
built.
Francisco?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. This dummy tool that we have up here. The instruct one doesn't support because that's what we currently have on our node. So the instruct one here, where is it? Exactly, it doesn't support tool calling. So I'm just going to swap my node config to this one that does support tool calling. Yeah, so you can really see like it's right there in the name, like Llama 3 tool use. So so like it's right there in the name. So swap this out,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll go explore that full stack um bundled project that what's it called? That Langflow offers. Langflow is like really cool. I'm really glad I stumbled upon this because I may be using this a lot more now. Their docs is really good, so it's really useful. What do you think so far? You want to share thoughts?
Yeah, I think. Sorry. So I think yeah, I mean the Gaia sort of flow is very similar to what we tried out before, right? It's just like trying to sort out some things basically. So we still have the basic framework um for the model setup and yeah, the search tool. So I think this tool, right? Yeah, for me, I feel like this tool is like very powerful, right? Because I mean,
Yeah, this
aside
one,
from the
right?
general, mhm. So aside from like
Yeah.
the general sort of yeah questions, you might have like specific stuff that you want your model to sort of
For
get
example,
information.
this one is search. This one is search now. You can just write a different one like um I don't know,
Exactly,
Google or yeah,
like
Gmail or something
fetch,
like that.
fetch
Yeah.
something data, whatever, and you could make API calls to something to fetch certain data. and you
Yeah,
can use that data and fetch it to your model, which takes that data and now gives the user like a reasonable response. So
response.
I think
Yeah,
the whole flow, yeah, the whole flow is very clear and easy to understand. So if you know what you want to actually achieve, it's something you could, you could easily do. So it's not that complicated or complex.
yeah. Honestly, I agree. Like it's like super straightforward to use,
Mm-hmm.
cause
Yeah,
cause one of the things that are very peculiar to agents is that they're able to have memory. They're able to you are able to fine tune them. You're able to configure them. You're able to add tools even, because what's an agent that if you can't call a tool or use your social media or something like that, it's
exactly,
probably just pointless.
exactly.
So yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
this sort of like streamlines like a lot of things. If you want to integrate Twitter now, you probably just go to the Twitter API, um, set it up, come and add it in here and like create an account on Twitter and have your agents be able to log into Twitter, get a response back or something like that. So or you can even follow the Eliza method where you like sort of create like a browser puppeteer instance thing. You're able to use your agent to log into the Twitter account. Um so yeah, like it's really like cool, like how many things like agents can do nowadays, and the fact that you can put in an LLM like a brain sort of thing, so that it's able to think for itself and prompt itself for like new responses and keep prompting itself,
Yeah.
just like you, for example, just like a human, like I said, like if you were to think about adding 2 plus 2 or something like that, you probably have some residual knowledge in your brain somewhere where you know that plus means something and the two on the opposite sides of the 2 plus 2 means something. So when you have two with a plus in the middle and another two written after it, you need to add them together. So for an LLM, it's similar except they're like statistical embeddings in the LLM's memory. So like each value is like a token or something that maps to something in the LLM, so that the LLM is able to know, okay, when I see this, this is what is likely supposed to follow this and something like that. So the more
Mm-hmm.
tokens,
Yeah.
the token context window of your LLM, the better it is. Um, because it just means that it knows more stuff,
Yeah.
essentially.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I agree. Very, very, very much. I agree very, very much. So, and I think even the idea of doing this agent, when you have
Mm,
like, it makes sense when you have like agents for like specific use case. So,
yeah.
take for instance, you have like an agent uh, that helps with, I don't know, um, maybe analyzing some sort of data or something. So, in as much as that agent is in that space, he has the opportunity to uh always improve and give you like stuff based on like I don't know, based on like what's it called now, based on like
Learning and stuff.
previous,
Yeah,
yeah,
like
learning,
memory.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly, memory. So the more you use it, the more it gets better. Like, so it's a progressive kind of stuff. Yeah. So
yeah. And agentic memory is like super easy. There's like upstart. I give like this talk at there first where I was talking about semantic caching. There are like several,
yeah, I remember.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
like several
So
techniques that
that
you can use like that. Vector DBs. Yeah, go ahead.
mhm. Yeah, I just as you mentioned this, I just remember the talk you gave at there first, using the
Yeah,
upslide. So you did like an illustration of trying to ask for a particular information, right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
and then it couches that information, and when we come back with that same asking for that same thing, but maybe not in the same
Yeah,
exact way.
exactly.
So he knows that
Yeah,
okay, this is what you're trying. It doesn't have to go back to fetch. It just gives you.
just gives you the
So
response. Yeah.
yeah, all those things are like yeah, it just gives you the response. So those are like part of the advantages and stuff.
And AI engineering is really fun. Like, I mean, when done right, and although it involves like a lot of learning and things move quickly and things change and break, but it's like really fun to just like work with models and stuff like that. And and it sort of just ties into what we've been exploring so far. We literally just swapped.
Mm-hmm.
We literally just left Claude 3.7 sonnets to try a different model right now to still do the same sort of thing. You get.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So
So it's just, I mean, it's just everything works, basically works together. I just have to know how to sort of piece everything together, make
yeah,
a lot of
exactly. You're
sense
right.
afterwards.
So enable this tool back. So when this finishes installing, we should be able to use the search tool again. So the instruct model was just messing with us. It's not able to call tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just to refresh my memory, what does GGUF mean? Because I know it's a data set. Um, it's trying to install the data set and everything necessary for this LLM. I think GGUF no, it's not data set. It's like um it's like the LLM's sort of file format. So what we're doing is downloading it,
Oh.
i- yeah, into like our own Gaia node. So GPT generated unified format, a file format designed for storing models exactly, particularly for use with GGML, a fast and lightweight inference framework. Yeah, like I mentioned, GaiaNet does AI inferencing. So what we are doing now is just installing this tool called tool use rather um model directly onto our node, and we would run it locally. So designed for GGML. So GGUF rather is GPT generated unified format. So it's a file format that you can just use to like store models and stuff. So we have this installed already. Let's just start it
Mm-hmm.
now. And now when I start this, you see that the data on this dashboard will change because we would have had a new model already installed on our node. So the information here will be updated essentially is what I'm trying to say. So let's see what would
Mm-hmm.
happen. And let's run that query again. Let me change from this what is Independence Day. Let me just do like a control Z to what it was before. So yeah, that this is what it was before. Yep, not too much. So I think the URL still stays the same. So I can just refresh this. And when I refresh it, we should see that we have two use. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we have two use. A lot of the things that I trained on the data set before me have been gone. That's why you are not seeing them here. But you can easily just uh add a knowledge base for your agent, for your Ghana agent or for your Ghana node or something like that. So because I
Yeah.
swapped out the node embeddings, I swapped out the node config rather. So we see that Tanesha Awasti thing that I had here is already gone now. But we see that we have our tool use already configured here. And now let's try calling it again, see what happens. So it makes the request.
So
What is the
have
weather
you
in
swapped?
SF?
Have you replaced the
Yes, I have.
model? Okay.
Yes, I have. So I did.
Mm,
So it did go through this time. Human message went in. Now AI said, "I'm sorry, but I don't have the capability to perform this task for you. I'm happy to help you with other
where the
queries
other
you
queries
may
you may
have."
have?
So
Why?
it does go to Garnet. But let's see if we maybe tweak the prompt a bit. Like but at least we have Garnet working now. But now let's tweak the prompt to be better. So maybe we can aid it to be able to use this tool to make the calls. Oh no, shit. We didn't swap this
Are we
out.
passing? We didn't swap.
That was super weird because it's supposed to actually work. Wait, why didn't it not work before? Is it because of the you got the custom knowledge base? Because if this worked, that means the old one should have worked.
So update the question back to what's the weather in SF.
Let's try it now again. Let's see what would happen. Because this is super weird. Um, we already have the model for calling the tool already in there.
Mm-hmm.
So what did it say? Same
The
response.
same thing.
Okay, let's just tweak the query a bit. Let's see what's happening here. Um, can you search weather? and SF. Let's also tell it that you have the ability to call or search.
Is this not point? Are we not trying to point this? Uh, this is like we're assisting the AI now.
Let's see what would happen. Maybe the prompt was not good enough for it, or the context window is not so great that it's able to. Let's see. The current weather. Oh yeah, it got it. So we just needed to tweak the prompt. He actually got it.
Oh, wow. So we had to point.
Like, look at
We had
this,
to
bro.
point. Like, look, open this one. This one.
Look at this one, bro.
But I think because he got it now, if we try it now with just what is the
Yeah.
weather, I should be able to get it without
Oh, let's try that.
without
Let's try that.
going. Yeah. So just remove the you have whatever whatever. Just ask it directly.
Actually, let me check their docs because I don't think I remember the exact prompt. Uh, where is it? Where's their docs?
I think is what is the weather in San Francisco or SF?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's the weather in SF? Just put that exact. Let's see.
Is there a question mark? Okay, no question mark.
No question
Um,
mark. Just
let's run it again. See what happens. Oh yeah, it comes back with
mm,
that same response. So I think the difference here is prompting. So maybe Claude 3.7 Sonnet is much more better than the tool use model. So maybe if we found a better model on GaiaNet as well, we'd also be able to match 3.7 Sonnet's inferencing capabilities. Or yeah, I'm guessing. But with the prompts that we used before, we were able to say, oh yeah, you have the ability to call for search actually. But can you now search the weather in SF with that ability that you have? So so if you try this again with that prompt that
yeah,
you had
I
before,
I just think it's like the model difference basically
yeah,
because I'm
3.7
pretty sure
Sonnet
it was
is a bigger model.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you search for the weather in SF? So you said sure I can help with that to ensure accuracy could specify date for which you need the weather information. The date maybe for today, if that works. Or is he asking like for like an exact date? I mean, today should be. You should have like an idea of what today is. I mean, maybe in its own sort of data set somewhere. I know, okay, today is even if it's like an old date. Yeah, okay, yeah, he was able to get it. So this actually okay, this is nice, I guess. So we're able to use LangGraph to query a Garnet node, and when you're using LangGraph, if you are using a custom provider, use this configuration, and you're just passing out the data that you need, the model's name, the key, and base URL and everything. So and how to use your Garnet node, you go to the Garnet docs. You can easily set up you can easily set up like your own Garnet node, like super easy in like seconds, or sorry, not seconds, maybe like minutes, and you can just like start a node locally and even swap out, go to this node config repo, check out several other models. There's models for like image generation and everything,
Yeah,
and text to speech even. So you can just like swap out your node config and use it in your application and everything.
yeah.
So yeah, this is like super fun to use, honestly, to do rather.
Mhm. And we learned a lot along the way, so it's
Yeah, definitely.
good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, for real. 2 hours in already. Should probably like cut the stream short today. Not to like do too because we are edging on to we're over 2 hours already. Yeah, what do you think, Emmanuel?
yeah, yeah. I
Let
think
me
so
push
too. So
let me push this to GitHub.
I think for what is what it's we've been able to accomplish what we wanted. I mean, we got the land graph to work, and also had to like integrate Gaia to land graph, and that also worked, even though it
Yeah,
wasn't like exactly as well. Yeah, but we kind of understood what the whole communication flow was, and what we should be expecting, and why we're getting specific output at some point. So I think
yeah,
that sort of gives us a good nudge as to what um, AI
yeah,
agent. And again, today was interactive to some extent with the audience. So it's a win stream in my books. Yeah.
yeah, 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 exactly. I honestly like this stream because people were like interacting in the comments and sharing ideas and stuff like that, which was like
Yeah.
super nice to see. Um and yeah, thank you all so much actually for being here. Um because
Hopefully one day, I said hopefully one day we'd have a lot of comments that would we just have to like be spending a lot of time interacting with the audience. Hopefully we'll get there.
if we did an
Super,
AMA stream,
super great.
maybe it would be nice. We can also do an AMA stream and be like, uh, uh, ask us anything. Maybe an AMA Twitter space would be better than an AMA stream. We should probably do like one
Yeah,
Saturday. We'll just like instead of doing a stream, we'll do like a Twitter space instead. So people that watch our
okay.
stream can come in and
Can
vibe
come
with
in
us and
and
stuff. Yeah, it would be nice
mhm.
to do honestly.
Yeah, actually going to make sense.
So any thoughts, Manu? Any final thoughts before we end the stream?
Um, Nothing really. I think today has been awesome. I'll just have to like spend the rest of the day, try to rest a bit,
Yeah, same
and
here.
yeah, get to like complete some stuff I have going. And yeah, so it's been good. It's been good, honestly. I don't have that much to say. It's been good.
Um, awesome, awesome. So I'm just trying to push this to GitHub and share it to everyone online so you can see
Yeah.
uh how we used it.
And also, I hope you're not feeling like some kind of after effects from our match yesterday.
Oh
Like
no, not
some,
at all. I actually feel I played really well now, so I don't know why I feel any after effect. I did well now,
I don't
like
know. I don't know about that, but
I did really well now. Like ask my teammates now.
I don't know about that to be honest. But yeah, yeah. I actually feel quite good. I was scared that okay because of it's been long. I've actually been on the
Oh
pitch.
yeah.
Yeah, I would have
No,
some like
you have to like get out. You have to like get out more. Like with all this like sitting at the desk all the time or bending and stuff. When I got to the pitch
yeah,
yesterday and I stretched my leg, I actually felt like I heard some cracks rather. I was saying crack, 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 crack. Like
yeah,
I said to
yeah. I
God,
mean,
guy, like
it was actually what like I mean, it helped that mobility. Like, and when you're always, I mean, you spend a lot of time on chair
yeah,
or something.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like it's really not good.
your
Like if you're
body.
working in tech,
Yeah.
this is a call to action for you. Um,
Touch grass,
yeah, touch
chop
grass, like
rice. Yeah.
touch a lot of grass, please.
So,
Yeah, because yeah, it definitely helps. Like just exercising a bit and stuff.
hmm
This is a call to action because this is Saturday, so you can actually totally use today for that after watching our stream.
exactly, exactly,
So, so
exactly.
yes,
Because work is always going to be crazy. Don't let
yep.
anybody leave you. Work is going to be crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. And also, Emmanuel, you work in Web3, right, as a senior front-end engineer?
Yep, yep.
Nice,
So
nice.
yeah, so we sort of building like uh I don't know if I should be saying this because like the product is not out yet, but
So
it's
you
something
probably
exciting.
shouldn't.
Yeah, so it's something exciting, but if we have a, I mean, something when we launch, yeah, something I could
Mhm.
shed more light on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. We're looking forward to hearing that. But yeah, honestly,
Mhm.
it's just really nice to see that within the 3 weeks that we've been out, um, a lot, a lot has changed. Like a whole lot has changed.
Yeah. Happy to be back. Yo, we're back, we're back, we're back.
So back, I just
Mm,
need to push this to get up. Like I don't know why this is being weird. Uh,
okay.
I added the git ignore. I feel like Node should find a way to add like a default git ignore for users. I mean like a default git ignore, like when you do like an npm init dash y, they should also add like a git ignore for you by default, because git ignore could be something that you may actually forget to add if you don't, if you're not conscious about it.
Well, that I mean, I don't, I don't really think so because sometimes you might want to use Node without without like
Oh
having
yeah,
anything to get.
yeah, but like in that scenario, I mean at some point you have to push your code somewhere.
Or
So
yeah, so or maybe a good a good way they would have done it is probably maybe when you want to do your init, there will be like the part of your configurations, like you'll ask whether you want a git ignore or not, something like that.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Mhm. So if you don't want it, you could just say, okay, no, I don't want a git ignore. Just proceed with other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Uh, okay, I already pushed this. So now, also one other announcement I want to make. We'll be like announcing our streams earlier in the week, so you can actually just come, check. You can just like keep, I don't know, maybe turn on your notifications on Emmanuel's page, on my page, and just stay up to date
Yeah,
with our streams and everything. So within our streams, like uh, more we'll be announcing them more earlier now, so they're aware of the topic we'll be working on the weekend. This AI agents one, we did it as a sort of precursor to, come back into the streams, and as we always build stuff. So yeah, so
yeah.
excited to be back streaming, and thank you all for staying this long. I already pushed the code to my GitHub. I would share it on LinkedIn and Twitter after the stream, and we'll catch you guys later. Thank you all for staying to the
Yeah.
end of the stream.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Ciao.